You start as the mistake no one talks about because you're not supposed to exist, not after what your father did. See, your father was David, a man after God's own heart, sure, but that same heart, it looked out the window one evening and saw another man's wife bathing under the sunset, Bathsheba. And David wanted her, so he took her. And when she got pregnant, he had her husband killed.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's where your story begins. Not the cleanest start. You're born from something that smelled like betrayal and felt like guilt. You are not that man's child. You're the next one. The one after the first baby died. And somehow, God loves you. Like really loves you. Names you Jedediah, which means beloved of the Lord. So even though the world looks at you and sees a scar, God looks at you and sees a promise. You grow up in the palace, gold floors, guarded gates, but also shadows, because you're not David's firstborn. Not even close. You've got brothers bigger, louder, angrier, brothers who already see the crown on their own heads. But you're quiet. You watch. You think. And David, he sees something in you, something no one else does. So when he's old and dying, half asleep on his throne, wrapped in animal furs and old memories, he does something no one expected. He makes you king. Not Adonijah, not Absalom, not any of the power-hungry sons with swords in their hands. As for your older brothers, Amnon, the firstborn, he violated Tamar, his own sister, and Absalom killed him for it. Absalom, charismatic, charming, and reckless. He stole the people's hearts, waged war against your father, and died not long after. The sorrow and grief almost killed your father. Adonijah, when David grew frail, he declared himself king too soon. But your mother and Nathan acted fast, and while he celebrated, you were crowned instead. Your father picks you, the quiet one, the one born in scandal, the one who listens. You start your reign trembling. You're young. You feel it in your chest, in your bones. And then one night, God shows up in a dream, says, "Ask me anything." You could have said gold, or power, or death to your enemies, but you don't. You ask for wisdom. And heaven stops and smiles, because no one asks for that, not first. So God gives it to you, not just the drop, not just the touch, but overflowing. Wisdom so sharp, it cuts through lies like glass. And since you didn't ask for riches or fame, God throws those in too. Then it begins, the golden era. You're not just the king, you're the king. Solomon, son of David, the wisest man to ever walk the earth. People come from every nation just to hear you talk, to sit at your feet, to see if the rumors are true. You build the temple, not just any temple, the temple. Stones the size of ships, gold so heavy the air feels rich. A place for the ark, for the presence. And when it's done, you pray. Not for yourself, but for the people. And fire falls right out of the sky. Heaven touches earth. And for a moment, you are everything you were meant to be. But time has a way of softening kings. Or maybe it just reveals what was always there. See, wisdom doesn't make you immune. It just makes your choices more precise. And you start to drift. Not fast, just one step at a time. You marry Pharaoh's daughter, then another, until it becomes a parade of alliances. 1,000 women, 700 wives, and 300 concubines to be exact.
You didn't just marry ordinary maidens from the neighborhood. Nah, you were on a whole different level. Most of your wives were of royal blood, princesses, noble women, daughters of kings from across the known world. Egypt, Moab, Ammon, Edom, Sidon, the list went on. And they all brought their gods with them.
You don't bow at first, just tolerate. You build shrines. Not for you, of course, for them. But your heart, it's splitting. Like a tree slowly cracking down the middle. And the God who once called you beloved, he watches. Not angry, not yet, just wounded. You still write, still speak. Proverbs fall from your lips like thunder wrapped in honey. But even in your words, there's a shadow. You write of meaningless things, of chasing wind, of empty pleasures. Because you've tasted everything and still feel empty. In the end, you're old, like your father was, but different. David died full of worship and fire. You die full of regret and silence. The kingdom, it won't stay whole after you. The crack in your heart becomes a crack in the throne. But before the end, you write something. You don't shout it, you just leave it behind. A whisper maybe, for those who will come later. You say, "Now all has been heard. Here is the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." Not flashy, not royal, just honest, just real. And that's your story. Not of perfection, not of a king who got everything right, but of a man who started with wisdom, strayed with power, and ended with truth. You were Solomon, and they still talk about you. Not because you were flawless, but because even in your failure, you still reached for God. And maybe that's the real wisdom after all.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload.